Welcome back. You are with us on Closing Bell, and now let's take a look at a very interesting story. Motor insurance premiums could get costlier for those of us who have a tendency of violating traffic norms. This is if IRDAI's discussion paper actually goes through and becomes reality. Yash is here to explain the details to us. Yash?
Well, if you think that you can get away with a traffic violation by just paying some fine, then you may be in for a little surprise. That's because traffic violation like running a red light or overspeeding or even driving without a valid insurance or a driving license may force you to shell out some extra bucks when you go to renew your motor insurance policy next time. What has happened is the insurance regulator IRDAI has floated a discussion paper which talks about linking traffic violations to the auto premium or the motor premium which one pays. As far as these traffic violation premium is concerned, that will be deducted when any individual goes to renew his own damage or third-party motor insurance policy. Now, how exactly would you get penalized? The insurance regulator essentially has determined and fixed traffic violation points which are charged to the vehicle owner every time a violation is made. So something like drunk driving would be having about 100 points which would be charged. Something like overspeeding would have 80 points which would be charged to the vehicle owner. Something like not obeying traffic signal or traffic instructions would have something like 50 points which would be charged to the vehicle owner. As far as these point systems are concerned, if the individual has points up to 20, he will be exempted from any traffic violation additional premium for both two-wheelers as well as four-wheelers. But look at the point system then. 21 to 40, if he has, he'll be charged 100 rupees on two-wheeler renewal and 300 rupees on four-wheeler renewal. Just to give you an example, if an individual is caught drunk driving, he will be charged about 100 points as far as traffic violation norms are concerned. And according to that, when he goes to renew his motor insurance policy, he will be charged 350 rupees over and above his premium for the renewal of two or three-wheeler motor insurance policy, and 800 rupees when it comes to over and above the premium on renewal of the four-wheeler motor insurance policy. Now, since it's a new game, let's just understand the ground rules. As far as the violations and the charges are concerned, the entire onus would be on the vehicle owner, irrespective of who's driving the vehicle. Also, your traffic rules violation will reflect in the higher premiums for the next 2 years from the date of assessing that particular violation. Importantly, there's a little positive. If you've been a good driver and you don't violate traffic regulations in the last 2 years, you will get a chance to wipe out your complete traffic violation history. So that's the positive. As far as the rationale is concerned, what led to this particular move? Essentially, India ranks first when it comes to road accident cases and deaths happening because of that amongst 199 countries. The road ministry and the government had reached out to IRDAI to ask them to examine how motor insurance premium can be linked to traffic rules violation, and hence the regulations have come about. Similar regulations are also currently existent in countries like US, Canada, Australia, as well as UK. Coming to the last point, and that's the most important point about implementation. As of now, the whole proposal is in the discussion stage, post which a pilot will be run in NCR Delhi for about a year. And once that 1 year is completed, a report will be submitted to IRDAI within 3 months, after which all these regulations, whatever gets approved, will actually get effective in form of final regulations.
Okay, all right, got that. So we need to be very, very careful if these proposals or this draft regulation indeed becomes the rule, then one needs to drive with a lot of caution and care. All right, let's move on now. Fuel prices hit record highs in Delhi and Mumbai today. However, Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan says that prices have spiked due to disruptions in demand. In the demand and supply chain from major oil-producing countries on account of the pandemic. Our colleague Anshu Sharma has more on this. Everyone's wondering if there's going to be any relief from the government on those high duties, Anshu.
That's right. The retail prices for both petrol and diesel continue to move upwards starting January 6 this year. Today in Delhi, the petrol prices have breached the 85 rupees per litre mark for the first time. It is priced at 85 rupees 20 paise per litre, and in Mumbai, petrol price is at 91 rupees 80 paise per litre. The Indian crude basket as of January 15th is at $54.26 per barrel. This is almost $5 higher than the December cost. Now, during the December period, most of the time the prices for petrol diesel were not increased, and it has only started to move up starting January 6th. We had broken a story on January 7th that the oil ministry has pitched for an excise cut, but the final decision rests with the finance ministry, despite after many meetings have happened over the excise duty cut. Now in 2020, the government increased excise duty thrice, almost 65% hike for petrol excise and a little above 100% on diesel. Even the Finance Ministry in its last economic report had highlighted that excise collection rose by 47.7% for the first 8 months of FY21. But the Petroleum Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, has said that fuel retail prices are a challenge for India, as it is heavily dependent on crude import and there is pressure on price due to imbalance in demand and supply. We'll have to really wait and watch out as to how much higher will the fuel prices go and whether the government will step in and cut excise duty and give benefit to the consumers. Back to you.
Yes, we are all waiting for that, for some relief perhaps on those high duties. Anshu, thank you very much for that. Well, telecom networking equipment PLI norms have been finalized for Cabinet's approval. So, Anshu, before we let you go, do give us some more details on this story as well.
That's right. CNBC TV 18 learns that product categories for telecom and networking for production-linked incentive schemes will be divided into 5 categories. Now, the benefits under the PLI scheme will include 7% per annum on eligible incremental sales for MSME, and for non-MSME 6% in the first and second year, 5% in the third and fourth year, and 4% in the fifth year for incremental sales. Now, the companies participating in the telecom and networking PLI scheme will have to meet the minimum threshold of cumulative incremental investment over the 4 years, with 20% investment in the first year itself. An investor will also be allowed to invest in single or multiple eligible products to meet the minimum criteria for sales and investment. The incentive amount may be capped, and we understand that an empowered panel is likely to be constituted to review rates, ceilings, target segments and eligibility. Remember, the government has allocated 12,195 crore rupees for the telecom networking equipment under the PLI scheme. Back to you.
All right, Anshu, thanks very much for the details on that scheme as well. Well, we'll quickly move on and move to the next story. Our colleague Mugdha Warrior earlier spoke with Karnataka Industries Minister Jagdish Shettar to understand the way forward with Tesla's impending entry into India, as well as the latest with respect to the Winstron incident. Take a look.
Our officials, they are in regular touch with those people, and now they only registered their company in Bangalore. Commercial activities they will start, and we invited them to establish manufacturing here in Karnataka. It is left to them, but we given all the proposals.
Mr. Gaurav Gupta, you have been closely in talks with Tesla, over the last several months. They have registered their office here in Bangalore. Now, the Chief Minister had last week tweeted that they're setting up an R&D unit, but that was removed. What is the status of the R&D unit for Tesla here?
We feel it's a good fit for them, but we are confident that we will work shortly with them, closely with them, to address all their needs.
Have you shown them any particular land sites for their...
No, I think it's too early for that.
So no agreement has been signed yet for the R&D unit between Karnataka government and Tesla then?
As I said, it is early days, and we are closely working with the company.
So coming to Winstron, it's been more than a month since the plant has been shut after the violence. When is it expected to reopen? What are the challenges right now for the company?
I'm sure that the company is working to restore its operations and also to work with its employees to restore the confidence between themselves. And we are confident that the operations will start very soon.
And given that they have themselves admitted to the lapses, Apple has also said that there were lapses in paying workers. What are the steps that the state government has decided to take against Wistron?
See, we know that the unit came up and the unit expanded really fast. A lot of people were taken up in a very short time. Maybe their background check was not proper.
And sir, any update that you can give us on the Toyota Kirloskar motor plant that they have withdrawn the lockout, but how many employees have started coming? Are they still operating at lesser than their capacity?
I'm told that the second shift has started recently, and that will, I'm sure, generate a lot of confidence among the workers and also the factory owners and management.
All right, let's now move on. The most heartening support to Harpic and News 18's flagship campaign, Mission Pani, that is just days away from its waterthon on the 26th of January, has come in from children. This is their message to the nation as they take the Mission Pani Jal Pratigya.
Swachhata aur pani.
Water is the precious gift given by God to us. But many parts of our country are facing severe shortage of water. What's the reason behind that? That reason is our own carelessness.
Water conservation starts at home, and the measures are very simple to implement and make habits. Always turn off the faucet while brushing. Use bucket and mugs instead of shower heads. Use washing machine only on full load. Use gravity filters to purify water instead of RO purifier, as it wastes a lot of water.
Let's join each other's hand and be the part of Mission Pani, which believes that each one of us has the power to make changes.
हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी.